So now we're going to look at handling widgets in your WordPress site. Now I want to caution you that oftentimes this is something for your webmaster to handle because there's no undo button when it comes to widgets. Widgets are sometimes they consist of text, plain text, which makes them easy to edit. Sometimes they consist of code, and sometimes they consist of a combination of text and code, which makes them partially easy for you to edit. And sometimes they're automated widgets and they're not designed to be edited. So you want to be careful about messing with widgets and with moving them around. If you move them off the website, there's no undo button in general. Just to make sure that we clarify what widgets are, we're going to look at the front of our test site here, and we're just going to say that every little item that you see here is a widget. So we've got our header and menu, but under that we've got a slideshow, which is a widget. We've got a video widget. We have an image widget, a couple of text widgets here. We have a blog post widget. We have a Twitter widget. We have a form widget here, our fast response form. We have some footer widgets. So there are a variety of different widgets that belong in different places on our site. And so your layout is kind of flexible like that. You could change some of the widgets, change what they are. If you wanted this text widget to be a video, this video widget to be text, you could make some changes like that potentially, or you could have them made. You can also potentially resize areas of the home page and put in different widgets of different sizes. There are all kinds of things you can do. Now, and any area of widgets, the other term we want to use when we're dealing with widgets is sidebars. Any area of widgets is called a sidebar. And a sidebar is just a block of widgets. It's either a vertical or horizontal block. So it happens to be that this video widget and slideshow widget is a sidebar. It happens to be that these three horizontal widgets compose a sidebar. These three widgets down here, the blog post form and the Twitter widget, compose a sidebar. These four at the bottom compose a sidebar, and so on. And so you won't necessarily recognize a sidebar on the front of your site. It's not designed for that. This is more just learning how to make the changes on the back end. But just keep the concept in mind that a widget is an item and a sidebar is a group of items. So we're going to go back to our website and we're going to go to Appearance and Widgets. And so remember that when we get here, this may be something, again, for your webmaster to handle in most cases. These are not things you're going to do every day, make changes to every day. This is a reason that you should probably have a maintenance arrangement or something like that with your webmaster or the person that built the site. Okay, so right away what you see is we've got a variety of sidebars here on the right. So there's and they can be called whatever the webmaster decided to call them. So here we have a right sidebar, and we have an other widgets sidebar, and we have a footer sidebar, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and point out what is in some of these, okay? And on the left-hand side, we've got some available widgets. These are basically just empty widgets that have some characteristics that are ready to use. And again, in most cases, this is not going to be you. This is going to be your webmaster doing this kind of thing. This is only showing you this for the sake of completeness in case you need to make a slight edit to a widget. Just be cautious with what you're doing and you should be all right. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of flip through some of these. I'm going to open up this sidebar by just clicking on it and show what's in the horizontal widget sidebar. And right away I have three widgets. I'm going to show you a couple of examples here. Like this is a text widget, and it has a name and some text. This text is market differentiators, and then it has some text here. If I go to the front of my website, look at that. There is that widget right there. So if I wanted to make a change to this, there's not much to it, is it? You don't see any special code in here. If there was, maybe there would be some code at the beginning, so it would look something like this. And you could, nonetheless, there'd be a little bit of code there, but you could still see the plain text part of it, and you could make a change. So if you didn't like the words business process and you wanted to change them to professional process, you could easily just type in there and do that, and then click save, and you're good to go. What you don't want to do is, if you don't like one of these widgets, do not drag it over here to the left and let go of it, because if you do, you've deleted it. There's no undo, there's no trash can to get it out of. It's just done, and that's gone from your site, and that can significantly affect the layout of your website. It's not something you probably want to do unless you really know what you're doing. So you're just going to leave them here and open them and close them, edit them as you wish. Now here's one called an image widget. And you'll notice right away that this one isn't really made out of text. This is a specialized automated widget that has the ability to select an image. This doesn't come with every website. It's not needed on every website. This just happens to be a specialized widget that your webmaster in this case would have chosen to use. If you don't know how to work on that, there's no sense giving a course on it because there could be any number of hundreds of specialized widgets. This is something that you would have your webmaster change out probably if you wanted to make a change. Alright, so some other types of widgets. Here's another automated one. This is a mobile switcher link, and it's just there's no options to change on it. Some text widgets again. And then there's another automated widget. This one is pulling your tags from your blog post and putting those on the front page for search value. And so there's nothing for you to change there. There's some other widgets like that here. And basically, widgets, again, boil down into widgets that consist of all text, or widgets that have a little bit of code mixed with the text, or widgets that are automated, so there's nothing you really do to change them. So that's where you get at your widgets, and again, just be cautious with what you do. Now, in the really bizarre event that you delete one, like for instance, let's say I were to click the delete button, where would it go? So let's just go ahead and try that. I'm going to click delete, and it disappears, right? It does not go down here to the inactive widgets, okay? It's just gone for good, and I would need to know how to get it over here, to drag it over here, which widget it was, put it in the right place, and set it up correctly, etc. Okay? Fortunately, I do know how to do that, and I'm just going to drop it in, and I'm done, okay? But the reason you have a place for inactive widgets down here is your webmaster may have chosen to save one or two widgets for various purposes that he might need in maintaining the site. So this is not something to rely on of, hey, you know, if I delete something, it's necessarily going to be down there. This is meant for your webmaster. There's no undo. So be cautious with widgets.